Welcome back. You are watching CNN News 18 and we are getting a piece of breaking input. India has slammed Pakistan at UN Human Rights Council, saying it doesn't need lessons from a terror sponsor that continues to finance and shelter the very networks that threaten global security. Indian diplomat Kshitij Tyagi rips apart Pakistan at UN Human Rights Council. Tyagi delivered India's right of reply at the general debate on the oral update by the High Commission at the 60th session of the Human Rights Council after remarks regarding India were made by Pakistan. In the stern message, Tyagi recalled the carnage of Pahalgam, Pulwama, Uri, Pathankot, Mumbai 2611. Let's listen into what he has said.
Pakistan's systematic abuse of this forum, coupled with its routine manipulation of the OIC as its mouthpiece, has become a familiar pattern. Its pathological fixation on India appears to provide it with existential validation. Yet, we must respond, lest we forget. Lest we forget the carnage of Pahalgam, where Pakistan-sponsored terrorists turned a meadow of joy into a killing field in April this year. Yet, Pakistan demonstrates the audacity to take the floor today, feigning moral outrage while continuing to finance and shelter the very networks that threaten global security. The international community recognizes this charade for what it is. The world will not forget. India will not forget. Our measured and proportionate response to the Pahalgam attack made that sufficiently clear. We need no lessons from a terror sponsor, no sermons from a persecutor of minorities, no advice from a state that has squandered its own credibility. Mr. President, India will continue to protect its citizens with unwavering resolve. We will defend our sovereignty without compromise.
And we are joined by Siddhant Mishra on this broadcast. Siddhant, time and again, India has made its intention clear and once again slammed Pakistan at an international platform. What do you make of this?
That's right. In fact, Indian diplomat Kshitij Tyagi rips apart Pakistan at United Nations Human Rights Council. In fact, he made it very clear that India need no lesson from terror sponsor, having shameful records since 1971. In fact, he says that it does not need lessons from a terror sponsor that continues to finance and shelter the very network that threaten global security. Kshitij Tyagi says, and I quote him, "We are compelled once again to address provocations from a country whose own leadership recently likened it to a dump truck," unquote. This remark from Kshitij Tyagi was delivered at as India's right of reply at the general debate on the oral update by the High Commissioner at the 60th session of the Human Rights Council after remarks regarding India were made by the Pakistan. And he also highlighted that how during 9/11 it was because 9/11 was as the word marks its anniversary tomorrow. In fact, he reminded the world about the terror attack, 9/11 terror attack. And he says that even as we witness today, the hypocrisy of those who sheltered its mastermind and glorified him as a martyr. He was referring to Osama bin Laden, Al-Qaeda terrorist. And he again said that let me forget Pulwama, Uri, Pathankot, Mumbai. The list is endless. In fact, Kshitij Tyagi also said that despite this, Pakistan demonstrates the audacity to take the floor today, feigning moral outrage while continuing to finance and shelter the very network that threatens global security. The international community recognizes this charade for what it is, unquote. So, a very strong statement coming from an Indian diplomat, and perhaps this was at a meeting of United Nations 60th session of the Human Rights Council, where India once again stated its position. In fact, Tyagi also says that Pakistan's systematic abuse of this forum, coupled with its routine manipulation by the OIC as its mouthpiece, has become a familiar pattern. Its pathological fixation on India appears to provide it with existential validation. And he says that we must respond lest we forget.
Right.